What's the New Year's song? Jordan?
La, la. What is a New Year's song?
So that's Wicked. Like from when Harry... For all time that...
Yeah, like Old Lang Syne?
Yeah. Well, can you do it?
Or
Felicia, into the mic.
oh, so we're on now?
We're on. I thought you could
I don't know
sing
the words.
it.
Is it Irish?
Felicia, how does it go?
I don't know.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
All right, guys. It's 2025, and we have a special guest here, Felicia Brockman and Jordan Brodsky. Thank you for joining us. Jordan,
I'm glad to be here.
you're glad to be here?
Very glad. It's a hard day.
Well, Jordan came because we thought I wasn't going to be here.
Okay, so it is New Year's Day. This
We're
will
all
be aired.
hungover.
We're all hungover.
Not me.
Not you. I sweated it out. I feel fucking great.
She's already bragging that she's done 3 yoga classes on January 1st. She says another one. Actually, she went to one this morning, and she's another one today. I know no one else with Crohn's that goes to so many yoga classes.
Sorry. It's going to take me a while to get through this.
It's true.
Jordan, I just want to say, Jordan was with us for New Year's Eve last night, and I felt like half the time you were just ripping on me.
Well, that's
like a
what I
lot
do
of
when I'm closest with someone. I've actually been accused in the past of like being too mean to people.
Yeah.
But it's my way of warming up to a new group of people and engendering myself to you.
Okay, so
Is
thank you.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was
The
a lot.
tuna,
It was
the
tuna.
tuna
It was a
joke.
lot about tuna.
You're welcome.
Felicia, how you feeling? I like these glasses on you. Are these your huge?
Yeah. unless I took
You
wrong
just
glasses.
look good, Mom.
I don't know why I look good. I look like
You look beautiful.
crapola.
Are you tired? Felicia
I'm very-
babysat last night.
Babysit. No, I
Qua.
was not. We don't call it babysitting anymore. It's just called being a body in the house. Just being a body, a presence. There's nothing I have to do other than drive somebody somewhere.
And it's one hot body. It is one hot body.
Yeah, no.
So tell me this. So like we watched a little football, played some games, and didn't turn on Andy and Anderson until 11:30. And there was a lot of people. So it like, what were the big moments of the New Year's Eve countdown show last night? Were there any moments that people are talking about?
Besides the fact that it was torrential pouring on them, and I was actually surprised.
They didn't have, like, a
no,
cover?
No.
Really?
Which shocked me. And I said, it's funny, I said to Hunter, I'm shocked they don't have like a
I'm surprised that they weren't.
And
If they saw the
every-
forecast, that they didn't have a cover.
nothing.
So what were they saying when they were getting poured on? It wasn't. There was lightning. There was thunder.
Well, I don't know if there was lightning and thunder in the city.
Oh, there
Because
was here.
But there was in where we were in Westchester. It was really
Then it had
bad.
to also be in the city. But I feel like there's rules. Like when we go to a concert, we got evacuated when there was thunder and lightning.
No,
when it's
and the
not
place
safe.
was
They said
obviously
1 million people.
something like
Well,
it
the
was.
Taylor Swift concert, like they have the equipment now where it's not so much of a risk. I feel like.
Well, we saw the Foo Fighters this summer, and they evacuated everybody. They were like, "This isn't safe. Like, get out of here."
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
didn't get our money back. But wait, so they got wet, and like, was there
no,
funny
they
moments?
got not wet. They got soaking
So
wet,
weird because at 11:30 they looked dry.
and then it stopped.
Okay, so they dried out.
I don't know, but
His hair didn't look wet. I heard Ryan Seacrest looked wet.
I didn't.
That's what
obviously see
Dr.
that.
Emily called me and
So
told me.
obviously, if Ryan Seacrest looked, he didn't have a top either.
Right? Did you
So-
see any performances? Because I heard TLC perform. Did you
Who?
see that too?
I did not see. No.
TLC performing
where? I
on
didn't
even
the
see it.
Ryan on the
You
Ryan.
didn't
But
see
I
it.
but I
On the
didn't
Ryan
watch that. I
Seacrest.
just watched Andy and Andy.
I was wondering if you flipped it all. If
No,
you...
no.
So what were your highlights?
My highlights were 50 Cent.
Saw 50 Cent
but
live
he
from
was
Vegas.
from Vegas.
Do you have a
Yes.
crush on him, Felicia?
She
No,
loves
I
50.
just think. I mean, he says whatever he wants. He just doesn't
Well,
give a shit, which is great. But
Great, that he's the reason Diddy's in jail.
exact. But half the stuff he says I can't understand anyway. But that's a whole.
I
other
agree.
story.
On the Drew Barrymore story, he kind of mumbles.
Well, I
can't
don't know. I
understand
never
how-
watched it.
Jordan,
but
do you want your headphones on or no?
Oh, do I need? No, I don't need them.
If you don't want them,
If it's
I like
working.
them.
See, I don't need headphones in 2025. I don't need much. I just need my lovers at this table.
Okay, so 50 Cent, Felicia.
I like. Yeah.
So there was that
oh,
performance.
Jesus. Duplo. He was Duplo.
Diplo?
What's his name?
You saw Diplo perform?
no, he did. What's his name?
Diplo.
Is it Diplo or Duplo? Diplo.
Diplo is a DJ.
Yes, it was him. I never seen him, but that's all they talk about. And he was coming in on a helicopter. And they kept saying the helicopter's not here yet. The helicopter's not here yet. I don't know
That
where.
couldn't be safe in the thunder and lightning.
Right.
So what'd he do? He dropped
He
down?
just I don't know where he must have came into a building and they probably set up. I don't know where he was. I really don't. I swear.
But what he performed? Like
He didn't perform. He just talked. And he had dropped, he told them he had dropped LSD.
Diplo said
Diplo.
this to Andy and Anderson. Oh, I
yes,
gotta pull this
Yes,
up.
and the both of them, their mouths dropped for the moment.
Oh,
specifically,
this is where the LSD conversation came in with Anthony Anderson and his mom.
and she said no, and I kept thinking to myself, "Wow,
You've done
I would have had a whole different story."
Andy Cohen, let's get Felicia on New Year's Eve next year.
I think that would be amazing. Actually.
Andy's parents were on, but video chat. Like they weren't there.
So Diplo did LSD and they let him on CNN.
Because they had no idea he was going to say that.
That's
It's all live.
so-
Isn't
It's
that big of a
live.
deal?
But there's
Isn't
a
that big of a
delay.
deal?
There was no delay.
There was a delay because at 12 o'clock when it was the countdown hadn't begun where we were, it was 12 o'clock on all of our watches and the countdown hadn't begun yet. So there is at least a 60-second delay.
Okay, whatever.
There's a delay so they could bleep
And there was
somebody out.
some singers who I didn't really know who they were.
Yeah, there was a
Who
woman
was the
who
woman
sang,
that sang like the song right
Not-
before the
I
ball
have
drop?
never-
Michelle something. She was black. She was pretty. I had no idea who she was. Mickey. You're right.
Mickey.
Mickey.
And I said, I have
Who
no
is
idea
this?
who. Yeah,
Who is this?
right. And
Great billing.
yeah, we had no idea. But Andy, I mean,
So you stayed up. You didn't go to bed.
I had to stay up.
You said you were a body in the house.
Yes,
The
but
body needs to stay up.
but the story is right.
Felicia also has she can stay up longer than anyone I know.
Now-
She can rally.
You can rally.
I can.
If you're at a fabulous gay party, you could rally.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Did you have anything to drink at dinner?
one drink.
Okay.
I would have had two had I not been driving.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so everyone knows that Bravo shows haven't been airing this week, and not much is on. I think because of the holidays.
It
So
is.
in my house, it's been a big week of movies, but I think the show of the week is Squid Game.
Right.
We've been
I
talking
mean,
about it. Yeah, you've
it
been
is the-
talking about it.
They have promoting that all over the place, and on Times Square there was did you? I don't know if you saw the screen.
I saw.
It was all Squid Game
It's the first day of
And Planet
2025.
and Planet Fitness and Listerine.
Yeah.
And Kia with the ball drop. Kia had the advertising right when the ball dropped.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So I just
wasn't-
want to say, best show of the year so far, definitely Squid Game.
Well, it just.
That was a joke, Mom.
Oh,
You get it?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
She loves Korean content.
That's what we
I
can discuss
love Korean
this.
Contact. However, when it was on originally,
2021.
Marni kept saying, "Why don't you watch it?" I went, "Nah," because I wasn't sure what it was going to be.
Very violent.
It was more than violent.
Yeah.
And finally, I said, "All right, 3-4 years ago, I watched it and it was really good. And now I couldn't wait for it to come. And it was only 7 episodes.
This season, you mean?
Yeah.
This, like,
so,
when it came
Jordan,
out
did you
last
watch
week.
I watched
it?
a couple.
Jordan
I watched-
had an assignment.
I failed it.
You failed the
I was
assignment.
moving. I was
You were
moving.
Yeah, he was busy.
I also can't these are hour long.
Yes, they
so
are.
you have
were.
to be very focused. The
You have to be
subtitles aren't
so
Yeah.
focused.
that great.
You can't get.
What do you mean?
I
the
can
sub-
read them. I just get distracted. I get very easily.
Oh, then you could never. Oh.
Watch
all
me
I-
lo-
that's why I don't read books anymore, because now I read these. I read
Well, what
all
if I
these-
can't read books or watch Korean? No, I'm gonna binge it probably on the plane.
But-
That's a great idea.
But know that now I'm familiar with a lot of the actors that are on.
sure. I'm sure you are,
where
Felicia.
the first time, I really didn't know who any of them
Nobody
were.
knew who any of them were.
No, but they're all on their Korean dramas.
So
but
you
I
now
have-
recognize all these
Yeah,
people?
I'm almost every one of them. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Instead
Every
of Paris,
one
you
of
should be
them?
going to Korea.
Right. Well, yeah.
Every one of them you recognize?
Almost every one of them. And then because they're all either don't have makeup on or they're all made up to look a little different. Once I started,
I don't think you think they were made up to look different or on other shows.
on the dramas,
Yeah.
they're made up. They're
This
gorgeous.
show, they're not.
But this show, they're made down.
Right.
And they look either frumpy or they look crazy or they look whatever.
I just want to say I went in going, all right, let's see what they're going to do with this.
Right.
Is this going to be another round? All these other games. I thought the way they wrote this, how they set this up, I thought it was so brilliant. I thought this was so good. I was so interested, but I will say I had to watch a recap, and I highly recommend watching a recap because I totally forgot. I knew about the games, I knew who
Right.
died, I knew who won, but I forgot the story of the old man.
Oh, you forgot?
No, I forgot that the old man lives and that we find out that he's the one who started the games. Okay?
Oh, he's
From
the-
season one.
But you don't know that.
They say that in season one that the old man, when he's on his deathbed, right, Casey?
Oh,
Do
then
you know
I don't
that?
remember
Give
that.
us some
I don't re-
breadcrumbs.
I don't re-
Give the viewers some
I
breadcrumbs.
don't remember that.
So that was in the recap.
So he was number one. Ah.
Squid Game theory. I don't think I'm going to spoil this for
No,
anybody.
you're not.
But the guy running the games now,
Yes.
who's the detective's brother, who I
Yes.
also forgot that backstory,
Yes.
which was in the recap, I think is his son, the old man's son.
Oh.
The old man that befriended the lead last
because
season.
the one in the mask and the detective are brothers.
Correct, but I
the
think the
detective does
father-
not know that
He's in the game now.
right.
I know.
He has no
Spoiler.
idea that
Spoiler.
he is like the man.
But
yeah, I don't know. I'm only on episode 1 because Marnie watched ahead of me.
That's actually rude to do to you.
I would not be able to talk about this if I didn't move ahead.
If he did
By
it,
the
if
way,
he did it to you.
Can I just say something? I left
So yeah, it was a
Casey
serious spoiler.
I left Casey for 4 days. For 4 days.
Who
I
did
know
Who did you go to?
Michigan. I went to Dr. Emily in Michigan with my son. You had no family here but the dog. I know you're busy. I know you're working. But you could have watched some Squid Game.
I got through one episode. Yeah, I got
That's
through one
it.
episode.
So were you
well,
like
it's
me?
hard. I'm holding down the fort. I'm caulking showers. I'm
He loves
moving
caulking.
firewood.
He loves
and
caulking.
I'm a coxman.
I had time at the airport, on the airplane, before bed. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize.
She just said, "I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize."
Have you ever cocked a thing in your life, Marnie?
What do you know about? What do you know about caulk?
And I hire somebody to caulk.
Wait,
Jesus.
so listen, the old man from season 1.
Yes.
We think he dies. He doesn't die. That's all in the recap. I think he's the father. This is a theory. This
Yes.
isn't proven.
I know.
You're
that's
doing,
what
like,
that's
rabbit hole shit
No,
right
it's
now.
Yeah, this is a
because
theory. I think it's brilliant.
It is brilliant, and
Don't you think he might be the father?
And that's what I'm reading. All the
So they're
comments.
saying that?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm not the only one. Not
No,
that
you're not-
I didn't discover
you're
this
not
myself.
the
I
only
found
one.
it. I found it.
I
like
got
somewhere
very.
online.
Call me special. Call me slow. But I didn't. I need someone to explain the rock paper scissors.
Okay, why did you
scene
not
the
get
scene-
that?
No, I get what it served as in terms of the action of the story.
Right, like if you lose, you get shot.
Right. But I wasn't.
That was an episode. This is episode 1.
But I
believe,
don't
or
understand
2.
like the 1, 2, 3, then take away. What like I need someone to explain the
Oh,
game.
Yeah, that
that
must
was-
be a Korean
there was a
variation.
Korean-
of-
I didn't.
yeah,
there were
yeah.
games that I did not know either because it's Korean games.
And then you had to do double, which I was like,
Yeah.
I can barely play rock paper scissors now.
And
Let's
what
be
about the
frank.
pickup of the? I mean,
Oh,
then you have to like.
he's not there yet. He's
Oh,
not
he's
there
not
yet.
there yet.
Well,
So I
yeah.
see what you're saying.
You can spoil anything for me because I will watch, but it
And he
will
will
not
not-
register in the
I
Right.
mind.
see
he
what
will
you're
not
saying.
remember.
That version of rock paper scissors may have had a Korean spin.
I love that scene, by the way. I thought it was probably one of the better TV scenes of 2024.
Wow.
Did you see
Yeah.
when they were on that like?
I saw it
spinner?
all, Mom. I
don't
watched
know,
it all.
But you didn't.
No, he's not there yet.
The
saw when
guy,
he
the
revealed-
guy with the purple hair, by the way, is and was a K-pop idol.
Stop.
And for whatever reason,
Like the Justin Bieber of Korea.
no, definitely not.
Not
wow.
the Justin Bieber, but like
But
more.
he was in a group.
Do you feel like he's playing himself a little? In
a
Squid
little
Game?
bit, and because
like a
because-
douchebag.
because some of the moves he made, and he colored his hair. They didn't want him.
Hold on, who's they?
The,
I'm
direct,
dying.
the
This
director
is
did
crazy.
not want him, and somehow must probably his.
How do you know this?
Because
This
I
is
read,
so good to know.
I read
Tell me
everything.
more. Tell me more. They
And-
didn't want him because he's like famous.
No, but they didn't want him because he did. Because he was probably a.
He's probably a
prick.
douchebag.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and they did not want him, and maybe so he was
Or maybe
really trying.
creatively he wasn't the best choice for the role,
What is he
but they
playing
they
in
knew he
Squid
was a
Game? A
popular.
pop
Just
star?
about-
Yeah. No, he's playing. He's in the games.
Oh, he's playing.
He's in the games.
and he's playing.
And he's playing
like
a rapper.
a rapper who was a rapper, and
this
now
is
and
he's
then
funny.
kind
he
of.
lost his money in crypto.
So it's yeah,
That's good.
But okay, so they didn't want him, and
But
then what?
somehow he got. I mean, obviously he got on, and because he owes. They only pick people if who are
Oh, a
in-
lot of money in the show.
in the show.
I understand that,
In
but
the show.
but in real life, the actor,
Yes.
is a real rapper, K-pop
Yes,
star.
yes,
His name?
yes.
The-
Oh, I can't.
Look, I'm
Wait,
just
say.
saying.
I
I'm
can't.
making-
But do you have any other stories like that of the actors? I find that so interesting. Like
And the one who played the transvestite.
a real, not transvestite.
No, I'm sorry, a
transgender.
transgender. I'm
That
sorry.
character is amazing. There's a transgender,
But he's not really transgender. And there was an uproar that they should have hired somebody, except Korea does not. They are really.
I thought for
They're strict
sure
with
there was a real
transitions?
transgender person.
No.
So it's a woman
Well,
that
no.
was a man in the show. In the show.
In the show, it was a
It's a
man playing a woman,
right, transgender woman
but
or transgender man.
he was.
If you're a woman.
Nothing to say. I haven't even gotten this far in the show. I have nothing to say. I don't
When
know.
you meet, it's so good. I'm blown away that person is not
and
transgender.
he was a really special character because every
She.
all right, look,
She.
she, all
okay,
right,
get the
she.
pronoun right. Okay, wait.
She is a
I'm
special
dying.
character because
Tread lightly.
she was her past story. She was in special forces.
Yes.
so she.
I
when she
understand
was
that,
a
but
he.
I'm more concerned that she's not really trans.
She's really not trans.
In real life or on the show?
No, in real life.
In real
So
life.
you're trying to
there's-
call out the corruption, is what you're saying.
No.
I want to
No.
know the deets that Felicia knows about the actors.
Korea just,
I understand that because it's hard to be trans in Korea.
and it's hard to be gay in Korea.
Right.
I mean, even though every actor who I love looks gay, every single
can't
one
look
of the
gay.
male, they
Is
do.
gay.
No, she's right. You can
I,
look
they,
gay.
they, can't- they all can't be gay. There's like,
You never heard of gay face? Let's bring that back in 2025.
but there,
I've heard of Jew face.
Well, that's a fact. I have both.
we should have my friend, our friend from LA,
You never heard of gay face?
Who's your friend from LA?
the one that you, I can't, the one that DM'd you.
Who does
Oh, your
I mean,
Korean friend.
Yes.
A listener. A
Yeah,
Korean
listen,
friend.
we have a
Oh,
listen.
she's got
Yeah.
a fan.
Yes.
Shout out.
So what, you think she would know more tea about the actors?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, so that is fascinating. That is the stuff that people are going to listen to this podcast and not hear on another podcast.
Let's tie it up because I want to see. So
You
are
really have to finish. You have to watch
I
it.
will.
And watch it from the first episode and then move forward.
So the pop star, that is he exceeding your expectations? Because you're like they didn't
Good
want
acting. Great acting.
Great
They
acting.
didn't want to hire him, is what you said.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was not their choice.
Also,
The
by the
director.
way, I
The
saw an
director.
interview with the director who
Yeah.
like, didn't really want to do this.
They
And-
pay-
and
they
he said
threw-
he said, why'd they do it? Money.
They threw
Money.
Threw money at him.
Also, there's not a part 2, Mom. There's a season 3.
Okay,
No part 2.
but they had listen
They
to me.
filmed it all at once.
Right. So to me,
That's a
they
part
just
2.
they just broke it up.
Sure,
into-
but
that's
it's called season 3, and then
which
it's
is-
ending.
and it's ending. They're
But
not
we
doing
don't
it
know
anymore.
when season 3 is coming out.
January. That's
How do
all
you?
I
don't think
because
that. I read
I-
that they don't know the date. It's not announced yet.
They
Is
might
it,
not
Mom?
know the exact date.
It's in January? It's now?
That's what.
That'll be
not
hu-
today,
No,
but
like
Next
soon.
year, next year.
No, this month.
well, this month. That's what
Really?
they
Already they're doing that quickly?
I think they
Well-
filmed it all at once.
Yeah.
Koreans are very efficient.
They really-
whip them out.
Not really though, because it took them 3 years.
They were
Why did it take
nurturing it.
so
They
long
were
to get
nurturing
this?
this.
because the director
didn't wanna
probably
do
didn't want to
it.
do it. But it was one of the highest scenes
I know.
that you know on Netflix.
Wonder why he didn't want to do it. Is he busy doing other things?
Well, they were all doing other things. You know, they all have.
It's so
When Squid
good.
Game calls, you answer.
well,
Okay, so here's my next question for you, who is the Korean pro. I think this show is amazing. Are there shows like this?
well,
The Korean shows, like, are they all this good?
yeah. To me, they are. Depending on the genre. There's a lot of. They have a lot of psychological mysteries.
This is so fucked up. This season.
and sometimes they just have things that I have never seen on. I'm going to say American TV or even Europe, American TV. You know,
Like what?
they just have like this. They're just really mean sometimes.
Are they all? Do you think this is the most violent one?
Oh, yeah.
This is
well,
so
well,
violent.
downright. Yeah.
It starts off because the thing about Squid Game season 1 was that it shocked everyone because they're like playing.
Yeah, and nobody. Right
No one's
now,
like,
we all
now we know
we
everyone's
all
gonna
knew
die.
everyone's going to die, which is why he was screaming because they did not know the main lead.
Yeah,
Who
what's
won
his
or-
name?
Who won? Are you kidding?
I thought you would know the main lead.
I can't remember
Don't
anybody's
rely on
name.
your mother for that.
By the way, he's in his 50s. I know that.
Well,
Is he married?
Young enough.
No, I don't think he's married.
He is fantastic.
He's fantastic.
Above the
this-
age of consent.
What I find so fascinating, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but he decides to go back in the games. I don't know if you're there yet.
I don't
I-
look. You know,
well-
I think he was kidnapped, and I don't think he wanted to go back in the games. They kind of like put a bag over his head and dragged him there.
Hold on.
because number one,
Like
or the
Casey.
the
Every
guy
day.
with the mask,
Yeah, I haven't
was-
seen it.
he just wanted to shut him down. You know, like to shut him down. It's the whole
I
thing is the
thought
cycle.
he goes back in because he's like, these games need to end. You're killing everybody.
I
He's
got the-
so traumatized. He's not using. He hasn't spent any of the winnings.
Right. Well, except
It's all-
except,
because it's blood
except-
money.
Except yeah, it is blood
Except
money.
to
except to
find-
find
to
the
find the
island.
guy.
To find the island. To find where it's happening.
Right. So
I don't
that's why
think-
he went back in.
Yeah, I don't think he was going. I don't think he was intentionally going back
play
into
the
the
game.
game.
Right. He was like, "Let me find them."
He was trying, which is why he hired all those
Right.
like guys, and were trying to help him.
It's fascinating.
And my
really
my
is.
favorite actor in the very first episode was the one delivering all the messages.
and
the fact
Casey,
that
you saw that, right? The guy that's delivering in the subway station.
He is a favorite actor, and he was in season 1.
Yep.
Which I didn't,
So
register.
you're in Korea and you're watching this show and you know all these people.
Right.
So it's like I wonder, like, if
Because it's not a reality show, you know.
It's like, I'm trying to think of something that we could compare it to, where like we're watching a show here in America. There's like a ton of celebrities
But
on
the
this show.
fact that he died at the
Spoiler.
well,
It would be like the juror.
Fuck, Crazy, you finished that episode, right?
number one, this first episode.
It's like jury duty. We had celebrities on that.
I was really upset that he.
Right.
I mean, I know he was played technically a really shithead, but because he was like
so good.
he was
It's
so good.
I really want to ask more questions, but I really don't want to spoil it because maybe people.
I
haven't
think
really
everything's
seen it.
spoiled already.
Me.
If you go through the internet, it's all spoiled.
Well, Casey doesn't go through the internet. He doesn't have time because he's caulking.
He loves to cock.
Love the cock.
So wait. So one more thing about Squid Game. The main guy,
yes.
he reminds me of Elon Musk visually.
Androgynous.
Doesn't he? Look
Wait.
Like
wait.
Elon
Are you
Musk?
talking about the one in the mask?
Who's like now in the game?
He, by the way, is an old actor. He's also in his. Maybe he's even close to.
He's handsome.
He's very.
He's like a better looking Korean version of Elon Musk. Am I crazy or no?
You're crazy. No,
Well, Elon Musk uses a lot
He's
of Korean
been-
skincare products.
he's been in.
There's something about him that makes me.
He was
feel,
extremely handsome. He was like one of the. He was really handsome when he was younger. He
so
is
you're
still
watching
handsome.
old shows with these people
I've
when they're
seen
younger?
him. Yes.
Really?
Well, I can't go back too far because they're the filming of it back in, let's say, before Judy and I have talked about this. Before, let's say, 2011, you could see the filming is grainy and it's
Right.
not high tech like it is now. Now I realize if you go back to an old American show, it does not look as bad, but those look because they were just coming into entertainment. So it was all, I think, kind of. Even
But
they
you
put
think this
out
Korean content in general didn't start until
just
is more recent?
I think I'm
10
saying
years-
I'm going to
10
say
years ago?
15, 20 years
Wow,
ago.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, they always did movies, but there were a lot of kung fu movies and stuff like that. Now and they must have 7,000 studios doing stuff because every week there's new
another
shows,
show.
and it's every
and
station.
that's why we're all out of work because the Koreans are taking over.
they are.
I feel like do you have a wall dedicated to your favorite like Korean like icons?
No, I have my TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
And I have TikTok and my Instagram. They all my whole feed is Korean.
They target you. They
They
yeah.
love me.
Yeah, and
Mom,
you love them.
In,
I
in
do.
Michigan, we went to like a Korean not an area, like it was like a whole
Koreatown.
Well, I
It
guess
wasn't.
it's
It was like a market, but there was a store, there was a place for Korean dessert, and then Korean barbecue. The Korean dessert, I'm sure you've seen this in your shows. It was like a huge bowl of shaved ice
yes.
mixed with whole milk and like toppings. And when you eat it, it kind of has this ice cream
I
feel.
haven't seen the huge bowl. I've seen a
It's
smaller-
called something.
it is called
something
something.
with a B. Bougie, something.
I've seen the smaller
We loved
version.
it. It was
Really.
so cool. You would have been in heaven.
Yeah, I
there.
probably would have.
You
I would have.
would've.
In Michigan?
Yeah. It was
By the way, I
so-
looked up manga, MANG, when we were in the city.
Okay.
And it is a Japanese cartoon. It is
Okay,
totally
so when we were in the
Japanese.
city, we saw Wicked on Broadway.
The live.
The live.
A Broadway
right.
version of Wicked, which me and Felicia hadn't remembered any of it
None of
from
it.
20 years ago that we saw. We saw with the original cast.
Oh, name drop. We need a sound for name dropping.
Joel Gray
Yeah.
and Adina.
Joel Gray. Yeah, he was the wizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So we stopped at a store for Funko Pops, and it was a
Which
Japanese.
I don't even know what is
Funko Pop is like
the bobblehead?
kind of like it's like the Lennon,
Popcorn?
my son. No,
No.
Funko Pop. It's like a toy, but it's not really a toy. They keep it in the box and they collect them. And it was a store, but it was really like a Japanese
Slash.
bookstore.
Interesting.
Right?
And I had some Korean stuff in there
and there's
too.
some Korean stuff.
Yeah,
So Felicia felt at home.
yeah. Right. Well, there was a lot of anime.
What did Marni get you for Hanukkah Christmas? I feel like you would like some Korean products.
We took her out to dinner twice.
Where? Oh, Felicia's.
No, that was birthday.
well, that was birthday.
We went to Uva Rosa with Darren Karp.
Very good.
And we went to Korean barbecue. We had a week. We had
Wow.
a
We
very
did.
fun week.
By the end of the week, I went by. I don't want to look at your face.
I took her to the movies. Oh, so we saw Mufasa.
How was that?
Felicia passed out. Felicia, you were sleeping.
Yeah, it was.
Majority of Mufasa.
It was the worst movie we have ever seen.
Collectively.
was Cats.
Oh, man, that's everybody.
Christmas
right,
Day.
No,
Yeah. You meant
yeah.
like on a Christmas
On
Day
a
outing.
Yeah, it was actually. I felt embarrassed for the actors.
It was a
And they were
catastrophe.
embarrassed.
All right, but what about Mufasa?
I mean, it was.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine.
pretty to look at.
It was great visuals.
Great
Great
beautiful.
visuals.
It was beautiful. And
Lennon
this-
loved it.
Which is
was
all-
their music good?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no. So the music was so Lin-Manuel. Like I'm listening to it. I'm like, I think I love
Like
Lin.
a caricature of
Like it's just now
Lin-Manuel
like
Miranda.
you could just
Was there a
hear it.
Bruno? Like everyone's talking about
No.
Bruno.
No,
No,
there was
it just
nothing,
felt
there
very
was nothing
like
that
Hamiltonish. The music, like I don't know, something about
So you're saying it is Lin-Manuel or not like
the music
him?
is Lin-Manuel.
And I know he wrote it, but yeah.
So it felt very Lin-Manuel.
I did.
It felt
I did.
Very
I'm glad
formulaic.
Yeah,
that
thank you,
Lennon
Casey.
liked it
Loved
because
it.
it's
He
for,
loved
it's for
it.
What did
him.
Casey say?
He said formulaic, like very
Oh, yeah.
formula
For-
Lin.
yeah.
I
I thought it was interesting that we find out how Scar became Scar. I did not realize, and look, they wrote this. Mufasa and Scar are not blood brothers.
Scar's gay. Scar is gay. He's an angry uncle. He's an angry gunko.
Revelations! The revelations!
Did they talk about Scar's sexuality, Mufasa?
Well, Mufasa's had a girlfriend, a lover.
Okay.
Beyonce's in it. Fucking Blue Ivy's plays
Of course.
one of the kids. But interesting. I like where you're going with that.
That's like a thing, right? It's a rumor.
Well, Jordan does write Lion King fan fiction. So
Yeah.
you can take it wherever you want.
What other were there new characters?
I mean, not to write home about, just like
Right.
a new clan of lions.
So it wasn't anything to write home about because she fell asleep.
But I write home about the fact that like I didn't know they were blood brothers.
So what are you going to do about it? Like
Nothing.
what's the report?
Nothing.
How did it change the story?
I mean, I would have rather, and I don't get me wrong, I love I love Moana. There were some things I really, but I just
You didn't see Moana too.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I did not.
Sorry,
No,
Kay.
I didn't. But
so your yoga, you're so flexible.
but it did. This did not hold my attention.
But Lennon, when we left, was
But
like,
Lennon
okay,
loved it.
I have a new order of my favorite movies.
Right, but he
Wicked
likes-
is number 1. Mufasa is now number 2. Moana 2 is now number 3. His shit's constantly changing.
But last couple weeks ago, Moana
I
2
know.
was number 1.
I know. So he's back. Wicked's back in because we saw Wicked again in the theaters before we went to see it on
Loyalty
Broadway.
means nothing to these kids. Stick by one. Stick by your favorite.
Casey and I and his mom and Jordan, I believe you saw A Complete Unknown.
Yes.
With Timothy Chalamet.
Yes.
Felicia, you did not see it.
No, I did
Would you
not.
see it?
I would see it. I mean, I wouldn't
In my house.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay for it. Can you do that in my apartment when you're there? Like, can you? Oh,
That's illegal, Mom. Okay.
What?
Giving her my screener app?
It's okay.
It's illegal.
You're related. You're both related.
doesn't matter. At all.
Marnie's always had a fear of the copyright
Right.
crackdowns. Like
As
when
I
we
should.
when we used to get the DVDs, she
Yeah.
would make me
Right,
destroy
right.
them with
She
a
would like,
hammer.
"Oh, make sure you
they
get 'em
wouldn't
back."
end up in other people's
Yeah,
hands.
one time, you got to be
Meanwhile,
very careful.
nobody's
with that.
ever been in trouble for that.
Okay.
People have gotten arrested for sure.
Yes, A Complete Unknown. Listen, Casey wanted our son to see it, and I was like, it's so boring. He's not gonna. Not that it's so boring. I'm saying for an 8-year-old, this is boring.
But he likes music and he likes Timothy Chalamet, so I thought,
I know, but I
let's
think
give
he
it a
was,
shot.
Like Jordan said, he was waiting for Wonka.
No, I'm not that stupid. I'm just saying, like, I was like, it was a dramatic role for him. It was a like very clearly.
But
like,
Dune was a dramatic role for him
yeah,
too.
but he had to stick to like the biography. It was a biopic,
Right.
so it was like he
I
had
thought
to.
he was amazing.
He was. Look, he was good. They focused on a very limited time frame.
They did.
And so if you don't know anything about Bob Dylan,
what is the time frame?
it's
Literally, like
his arrival to New York.
I liked that part of it, that they kept it within it was just from him showing up in New York till when he went electric at the Newport Folk Festival.
So was that what you say in
the whole timeline.
in the 60s?
It was it was only like a 3 or 4 year span.
When,
it was shot in Jersey.
yes,
the whole thing was shot in
Interesting.
Jersey.
yeah.
Yeah.
was
now,
all
did they
shot in
say
New Jersey.
did they say where Bob Dylan is originally from? Did they ever say that?
He's Midwest.
Midwest. That's what he said in the movie.
Kansas?
Yeah.
No.
Am I crazy?
No.
Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you like his long nails?
Well, he was really replicating Bob. I saw that. I saw that as well.
I still don't know a lot. I
like
didn't
that
walk
he
away
sang-
knowing more about Bob Dylan.
Oh, I walked away being like, all right, he was kind of a shithead to the girlfriend.
I have thoughts.
Yeah, I love it.
Please.
I read a bit about this movie before it came out and the preparation and how he spent 5 years learning the songs and
5
all,
years?
all of the takes you saw, like if he was in Joan Baez's apartment and he played a song, those were live in the room. They weren't like pre-recorded in a studio and lip syncing.
Just like Wicked.
All of those details were very cool. But afterwards, I sat with the movie. I was like, did I like the movie or did I just like the process? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I didn't know any of that stuff and I just went into that movie,
Right.
would I walk out saying, oh, that was a good movie? And I was at work yesterday and a young man that I work with, Tyler, he is a big movie buff. And he looked like he had like a cringy look on his face. He's like, did you like that movie? And I'm like looking at him and I said, I thought I did. And he goes, you didn't feel like he was just doing a Bob Dylan impression the whole time?
I kind of felt like that, to be honest.
You know what I mean? And then
I
I
see
think
what
it
you're
kind of
saying.
ruined it for me a little bit. As soon as he said that, I was like, I guess he kind of was just doing a Bob Dylan impression.
I think he'll get nominated. I don't think he'll win.
Because, I think he'll get nominated because it's
he learned guitar.
It's a big performance. It's a big movie with a big
we
performance.
all learned
and a big
guitar
actor.
when we were teenagers and 20 years. I don't know.
You didn't
What are
learn
we?
guitar,
What
did
are
you?
we giving it? I don't know.
I did know that it's interesting, like the process. I heard that he was like on Wonka playing the Bob Dylan's like on set at Wonka,
No.
like in his dressing room, like playing Bob Dylan because he was preparing for the role.
I believe
He was
that.
all in, which is great.
Wow.
But again,
During
are those just
Wonka?
details that you look at and you go, "That's really cool," or was the movie good?
It was supposed to be shot like right when COVID started, apparently.
Then they had to probably move
Yeah.
it off, move it away,
Yeah.
move it.
I recommend seeing it. I think if you're into
If you're into Bob Dylan,
we knew somebody who we went to go to yoga with. She's a yoga teacher. She's like 70, right, Kay?
well, yeah, that's how old you have to be to like
And
Bob
she
Dylan.
like she's like, I cried, I loved it. She's on the theater. She's like, I loved the music. Like she's like, that was how I grew up. Like you didn't like.
I did not
Bob.
like Bob Dylan
But let me ask you a question: did Daddy like
No.
Bob Dylan? Then why was your dog named Dylan?
because
She likes dill pickles.
no, we just like anybody that was famous at the time. We just used their name,
used
Right.
their name.
But
Okay.
For
I
clout.
just I who really loved Bob Dylan.
Oh, we know Arlene.
Okay.
Okay.
Bob, not Arlene.
Okay.
Right.
We
I
should
wonder
tell
what
you
he thinks of the movie.
Oh, that's
Casey, can you tell me what the controversy between This Land Is Our Land was like at the beginning? I don't know the
Casey knows it.
history.
Was it a Vietnam?
Well, that
thing?
was no, it wasn't. It was it was during a very nervous time where people
Tumultuous.
thought that the communists were coming to take over, and that song was written by Woody Guthrie, who was dabbled with socialist beliefs. They thought that the messaging to "This land is your land, this land is my land" was socialist in nature, and people, there was like a big crackdown. They were always on a hunt for communists at that time.
Oh.
And they thought that that song had messaging that was. Isn't that funny? Because like we all in the 80s and 90s sang that in elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lennon was like, I sang this at camp.
Yeah. So it's just interesting that there was
It
a
feels like a
time
very
where there was
Thanksgiving
like.
song. Like it's everyone's.
Wait,
together.
what's the one that that you make us listen to?
Well, that's whose son.
So that's Arlo
funny.
Guthrie. Every Thanksgiving, wherever we go, usually there's a bit of a drive where we go.
right.
I make the family listen to Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie, who is Woody
you know that,
Guthrie's son.
Jordan?
I know of it.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh, you never.
It's
heard-
not a good song,
Terrible.
but it's tradition.
Not a song. It was just like speaking.
Well,
it's like
yeah.
a story. So Woody, the role of Woody Guthrie is in the movie.
Okay.
He's dying.
Okay.
Bob is like visiting him in the hospital.
Who plays? Do you know who it is?
Actually, the actor was in the movie Night Bitch, which is funny because when I saw Night Bitch, I was like, I've never seen this guy before, but he was great.
Okay.
And then
Who played Joan Baez?
an unknown actress who I didn't really know.
She sounded great.
She was great, but what's his face played Seeger.
Pete Seeger. It was
Ed
Norton.
Norton was in.
He
the
was
movie.
great.
Oh,
He was fantastic. His banjo playing was
okay.
great. Like
Yeah.
I do
Ed Norton had a big
enjoy that
role.
they
Well, he's the
learned-
one that wrote "This Land Is Our Land," right? Or like that's
Peter Seeger.
No, but Woody Guthrie, the guy who was dying, he wrote.
Oh, so why did he? So it was interesting. Why was
Why was
he
Ed
at
Norton's
trial?
role there? Oh yeah, why was Ed Norton at trial?
That's a good question. I think
I think he was like fighting for the rights of like the folk
Right.
singers.
Or was it his?
He was
his
very
fighting
representative
on behalf
of-
of the hospitalized
maybe.
friends?
mainstream folk.
Maybe.
That's why he was on the board for the Newport Folk Festival and all that.
Yes. So apparently, I know that they messed with the chronology. Apparently, like in terms of like the folk fest, the whole controversy between like him breaking the trend of the folk music, I guess you could say at the end, didn't happen like that. Like they were saying like that the audience was saying this is the end or things like kind of hating on Dylan at the wrong time. Yeah, it was the wrong time, but they messed.
Historically, though,
yeah.
that was a thing when Bob
Remember
Dylan
hearing
went
about
electric.
this?
Yeah.
He went
Like, it was
electric and that everybody
Right.
was
Everyone
pissed.
went
But
nuts.
those songs also hadn't been released yet. They were recorded.
Correct.
And,
Nobody knew
and
them.
So nobody knew those songs.
The chronology was played with.
Oh.
Is what I've heard.
Okay. Oh, so I saw Sonic the Hedgehog yesterday in the theater.
How was that? Spill.
Spill the tea.
Talk shit, Marnie.
That was my time to take a nap.
Yeah. Sometimes
Every
when
time you just wind out. Look, I go to the movies a lot, and there's not. I'm very relaxed in that.
It's literally the only
chair.
time I nap.
I love a good recliner in the movie.
It's so great. The reclining chair. Jim Carrey was paid $12 million. Keanu Reeves, who's in the movie for I don't know
a second.
$5 million.
Nah.
what a waste of money because it's a kid's movie and my son has no idea who the fuck Keanu Reeves is. And it's not like we saw his face. It was his voice. Like, why
No,
did
but
they
guess what?
Money?
They're banking on the fact that mommy and daddy, who do know who Keanu Reeves is going to take Lennon to the movie.
Okay, but like I just didn't care. Like I don't care about if Keanu Reeves is in the movie. I will say Jim Carrey, you see he's Jim Carrey. Like he's in all the Sonics. Great. I've seen all the Sonics. This was my least favorite.
How far off are we from using AI to replicate voice likeness? Like
We're not far off. But
instead of having Keanu Reeves even show up, they're like, "Hey, here's $1 million. We're going to use your voice to like."
I gave my likeness to OnlyFans, and I just have to do one little scene, and now they can use it for perpetuity. My whole body.
This is the fight that the actors are having. This was the whole thing with the strike. This is the whole fight about AI.
It's not just voice though; it can be image.
Right. So I hope we're far away from that. Otherwise,
I think we're close. I think
probably way closer than you think.
Yeah,
I think at this point it's just like a legal thing,
literally
more
around
than it is
the
a
corner.
technology
I think it's around
thing.
the corner.
Jordan told me to watch Texas Cheerleader Murder Plot
Absolutely.
on Max.
It was so good. You know what? You know what's interesting about that? It didn't even. No one was killed. No one was killed. It was still good.
You're right. No one was killed. But now my mom may recall this story because my mother-in-law totally knew the story.
Okay.
Do you think that I think your mom totally would have maybe helped out in that way?
You
Felicia,
think? Can you give her the storyline?
You have no idea. You would have already.
This is a documentary.
Yes, as they all are.
On Max.
Yes.
One shot, an hour and a half, done.
Okay.
In Texas, Friday Night Light like culture, like
yes.
cheerleading and football was the
that
life
was
bread.
That was yes.
So like this woman,
her daughter,
didn't make the squad,
and the other,
and so she hired her like brother-in-law to try to kill the mother.
Do you remember this?
Yeah,
you do.
I always thought it was she was trying to kill the daughter. The actual
it was the daughter.
But if that was me, I'd go for the daughter. It's like you go for the jugular.
What was the ice skating thing?
Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Hart.
Same. It's kind of the same. Like
absolutely.
Oh yeah, because the mother was crazy.
Right.
Oh, I love that movie. Tanya.
Put Margot Robbie on the map. So this Texas Murder Plot. I guess I learned something because I maybe was too young when this story first came out.
You were.
We were. So that means we all were.
The daughter of the mom who tried to get somebody killed
is speaking out.
Is all over the doc. And you're just like, oh, this poor girl's life just probably was so fucking ruined.
I felt bad for her, but at the same time, it's like I think the question is like, did the mom I don't think the daughter's saying mom didn't do this. Did you get that vibe? She's not denying that mom.
No, mom was crazy, but the fact that the defense team really tried to get mom off, saying that she was coerced from the brother-in-law, being like,
I don't not believe that. I think that they brought her to the next place,
right?
But she did the talking.
Did she go? Did she go to jail? Anybody go to jail?
I think
she did go.
No,
to
she's
jail.
out of jail.
She's
now.
out of jail.
Okay,
but she did go to jail.
All right,
but nobody was killed.
Right.
No bullets were shot. This
right.
is not a big. But also, it just shows you like what length would you go for your daughter?
Right.
What length would you go to put your daughter on stage in Annie?
That's
Felicia,
called. Isn't that called a momager?
I would, and I would help you. I would go to the gun shop. I would go to the gun store.
Listen, what you don't know is when I used to take Marni on calls, what were they? Auditions. She was what, 4, 3, 4?
Yeah.
14, 16?
No, not
No,
that.
I was young.
No,
So she wasn't called back at 14, 16 is the truth.
She was like 3 or 4. And I would have to take the Long Island Railroad and we'd sit there. And if she was in a bad mood, I had to calm her down.
Wait.
Put her on meds.
I should have.
Let me ask you a question. At 3 years old,
good insight.
At 3 years old or 4 years old, that's very young.
Yes.
Did I say I want to do this? Why did you do this?
No, you wanted to do it, but
because I'm impressed that you were like, let's do this.
You went like
you're natural, Marni. Look at you.
You were natural, and you were like if you were cranky or
kids. When Lennon went on the Gap commercial, Casey's like he was crying and it was a miserable day. Lennon wasn't asking to do that.
I still don't know.
I think
how
Felicia
you
put you into show business.
I
think Felicia put you into show business because she thought if I have to listen to her, so does the world.
No, I'm just wondering. Like, I'm 3 years old. I said I want to do. Like, what did I? I'm just wondering. Can you give us some recollection?
No, you did love it, but the whole process of going into the city and waiting was a bitch.
And then when were you like, I'm not doing this anymore?
When you weren't booking. When you weren't booking.
I did book.
You booked.
I booked an underwear ad. I booked an IBM
Victoria's
thing.
Secrets at 3 years old. What are you doing? What were you doing?
Well, there was print or
it was print.
Oh, print.
Yeah.
Can you send me some of those photos?
I threw. If anyone has them, she does.
I want them. I like the one that used to be the logo, the picture for this.
Oh, that was the bar.
With you in the pink.
Purple. you stopped what when I went to elementary school, middle school?
because then I wasn't pulling you out of school.
right, nor you should.
I'm not.
That's where
you
you
know,
went wrong,
not-
Felicia.
Yeah.
Who needs an education? But
And
you
I-
were
You were
guess
older when you
what?
got the
I could
IBM
not
ad. I
stand
saw
taking
that.
the
Yes,
training.
It's a
Mom.
long
Though the
schlep.
IBM the print that was like I think that was elementary school. That was elementary school. I was a little older.
Maybe, but I just they would call you and it's like, okay, show up like in 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's that.
In 2025, I think you can start taking her in some more calls. I think it's time. I'll treat you to the LAR tickets if you can get her booked. There's so many things you could do now. Print, voice, modeling, TikTok.
Jordan, what other movies have you seen this week?
Oh, I just watched
Let's
through your recommendation. The only movie that matters is Babygirl.
Babygirl
with
Nicole Kidman. Oh,
My
I am speechless.
Oh,
This movie
my
brought
God.
me to my knees. Literally.
well, tell the audience what you can tell them. You can tell them.
So I saw this a week ago. Nicole Kidman, mom, older woman with another young man,
What is
right?
the-
And we're like,
Yeah.
what is
She
Again.
does this. I think
She did
now
Zac
it's a
Efron,
sickness.
Right.
and now there's another guy in it,
Dickinson.
Dickinson, who was also in the Iron Claw. Zac Efron was in the Iron Claw. Dickinson plays his brother in the Iron Claw. The only one she hasn't stooped is Jeremy Allen Strong.
okay,
So now I'm going in thinking
It's a matter of
this is
time.
going to be stupid.
right.
This movie was the erotic thriller we all need.
It was also a mind bender. I was like fast. I thought it was incredible.
Mom, do you think Felicia would like this? I don't.
Yes.
It
yes.
was so good.
You know what? No, because there's not enough nudity.
Not enough nudity.
Not enough.
It was so sexual. It was so.
Gripping.
I was like,
Who is she married? Is she married?
in the movie, she's married to Antonio Banderas.
He's getting too old.
For 19 years.
And that's
okay?
why she did what she did.
And she never. Right away, we learned this is.
I knew that from the beginning. What she reveals.
Right away, you
Spoiler.
learn she's never had it. It's not really. It sets up the whole movie that she's never had an orgasm with her husband.
Right.
So she's touching herself.
Right.
I think she's a sex addict. Number one.
I thought sex addict too, and then they try to throw back to her childhood, how she was raised in a cult.
Well, can you explain that to me?
Back-
I,
to
honestly,
the cult.
I think that we don't need that.
we don't need a lot of it.
I don't
is
think
what
we needed any of the flashbacks. Who fucking cares? She is an owner, a CEO, and a founder of very, very smart.
robotics.
It felt like a Tesla, a little.
No, it was like the Tesla of warehouses.
Right.
It's like of like how robotics
move
Yeah.
can
around.
expedite the shipping process.
And
Amazon.
Yeah, basically.
she's loaded. They have a mansion. They have an
She
apartment.
is the same. You're right. The same thing. She's always fucking a hot guy.
Yeah.
She's always rich. She's always a CEO.
Yeah.
And she always looks hot.
But this was different because the intern, played by,
Dickinson.
I look at him, I'm like, oh, he's not that hot. And then something happens. And you're like, he's doing a lot, but without saying a
His
lot.
face is sexy.
He's sensual. He was cool, calm, and collective.
We're missing like the meat of the. I think it's about power play. It's about like the struggle. Yeah, explain to your mother. 'Cause
No,
I'm not
you
getting-
just saw it 2 hours ago.
I did. I saw it 2 days ago.
And he doesn't remember.
No. It's about like it's this implicit need that she had that she wasn't getting from Antonio Banderas.
Right.
And so it's
She's
like
always the power. She's always, it's like
She's
the
the boss.
submissive, dominant thing.
It's kind of like Casey and you.
Mom.
yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Felicia. And you know what he did in the movie to Nicole Kidman? He goes, I'm going to tell you, Casey, he goes, I'm going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, Casey.
So nobody's gonna be surprised when I'm banging an intern.
Yeah.
No.
You're the intern.
I'm the intern.
Yeah.
Casey.
Oh.
You missed that.
Maybe your other fantasy.
Felicia's dying. Oh my
He goes,
God.
well, this is we're spoiling the whole movie at this point.
No,
But he's like,
it's so sexual. It was like a porn. Did you feel it like
it
a
was
porn?
It was porn-esque, but I think it was actually a mind bender. I thought it was a psychological thriller. Like,
I think she was amazing in this. I've never seen the amount of orgasms she has in this movie, but it's like the acting of it felt very real.
for someone who's very, a lot of these movies have this. It's like it's always about like the elephant in the room or the
Yeah.
But I'm like a lot of these CEOs and these wealthy people, I've never seen them work. They're always having sex. They're always drinking and eating, having a holiday party. I'm like, how did you get so successful? You're fucking your intern. You're fucking your intern.
It was weird. I didn't love how. Yeah, I didn't really see her. Like she would say it on like she was late to family things, and she's like, "I have a work emergency," and she'd like go meet him in a
believe her.
fucking motel.
Yeah. That motel was disgusting.
There's a scene. First of all, the soundtrack is great.
I love the
The music is fantastic.
What would you call that? A vamp?
Maybe. Wait, you saw Salt. Remember Murder on the
Yes.
Dance Floor?
It's reminding me of Saltburn a little bit.
There's a scene where he dances for her to George Michael's father figure. And
That music was here.
This is the Saltburn moment, okay? I recommend this movie, Mom. When you have your surgery,
Right.
and you're in the mood.
You want her to masturbate in the hospital room? You're disgusting. Sorry, did I not finish your sentence? Was it going to be that great? What was your sentence going to be?
Casey's dying.
Whenever you have your surgery.
I was going to say if you're horny.
She said to me, because I was a guest at Chateau Ellis last night, and she said, don't masturbate in the guest room. I'm like, I did not, number one. So finish your thought.
You're going to watch the movie by house. Don't touch yourself.
What were you going to tell your mom? I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were going to say, when you have your surgery, what, Marni? Watch it?
If you need to, I don't know.
At home, when I'm home.
Yes, when you're back home.
Why can't you just have some matzo ball soup?
But wait, are you not supposed to like after you have surgery? You're not
I'm not even
You're
supposed to
be
drive, so
active.
shut up.
If you're not supposed to drive, then you can't get horny.
Well, I think that's what Nicole really.
You don't get horny anymore. You got to watch this movie, Mom.
Well, I think what the movie did well was it kind of expressed that sexual desire is an animalistic, like with the dog when he was training the dog. Like it's this very
it showed that he had power.
and you cannot
The
control.
first time she sees the intern is when a dog gets loose in New York City, and he just snaps the dog.
the
out
dog
of it.
was biting someone, and the guy goes, and the dog was healed. Like
Yeah,
it started
he had a
healing.
treat, but
A cookie.
for an intern, this guy was also
I mean-
he had balls.
Well, he knew what he was doing.
He had fucking balls. Like when we were interns at MTV, I would never go up to the president or the CEO of a company and be like,
I didn't know what they look like.
I need you to mentor me, and you need to give me 10 minutes. And he was.
The access was a little bit far fetched.
Yes.
Yeah. And when the
Yeah.
holiday party, they're going out to have the cigarette. And I'm like, that would never,
Yeah,
she happens to be alone at the holiday party looking like a creep. And he's out there just.
Well, now
never.
they would all go to jail.
Well, that was part of the movie.
This is not. Yeah, they do.
It's abuse-
she realizes
abuse of
power.
She realizes that.
But it also just talks about the implicit need or of sexual desire and the power play, but also you can't turn off your fetishes. Like she could not turn this off. Remember when Antonio Banderas was like, "You're sick. Like you're not normal," is what he said. Like it's not normal.
Oh, he finds out about it.
Yeah,
Obviously,
this is all spoiled, guys. It's not. It is not normal to not express that throughout a whole marriage. The 19 years of marriage and not once. So that's where the betrayal happened. It's shouldn't even tell him that this was kind of
A
dark
thing in her head.
secret in her
And
head.
they've been to couples therapy. How does not?
that doesn't come out.
Yeah. She was fucked. She was fucked up. But
Right.
You cannot control your sexuality, is what it's.
do you
it's
think me personally?
any of us.
Okay. Do you think I think she'll get. I hope she gets nominated.
I thought that was the best movie besides Wicked I've ever seen this year.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you. No, I honestly was.
Did you see Anora?
No.
That's another great one.
Yeah.
But this was better.
I like it because it's quick. It's not too complicated, and it kind of simplifies.
I just felt
a
like
very complex issue.
I saw Nicole Kidman in ways I have never seen her before.
Like what? Explicit.
On the ground,
Yeah, all fours. So
lying down.
can I just explain the first scene when she immediately gets that was pretty crazy. What part turned you on exactly? Because I wasn't turned on by it. So what turned you on by it?
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't
I don't know. I'm uncomfortable. My mom is here.
and your husband.
Wait,
Moving on.
years and years and years ago, there was a
boy.
movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Eyes wide shut.
Yes,
It was a little bit of that.
and thank you.
Yeah.
Because that, not even
The
seeing.
part in the hotel room where he's
Eyes closed.
no, the part of the hotel room where he is getting her off.
No, because you don't even. I think it did a real beautiful job of kind of being just it was showing you without showing you what was going on.
I was turned on.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It doesn't take
Wow.
much to turn you on, apparently. Casey, good to know. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is
Moving on.
tell her to get on all fours and tell her what to do, and that's enough for her. Clearly,
That brings us to our next segment. Bye, Felicia.
Leisha.
Bye, Felicia.
First week of the new year, and there's a lot to watch. There's a lot coming out. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scott Wolf's new show on Fox, and it's going to be on Hulu. I think it's called Doc. That's dropping January 5th.
Doc, D-O-C,
Yeah.
like he's a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Natalia Grace.
Oh, I can't wait.
January 6th, Felicia, I'll report back. January 7th, Jerry Springer documentary, 2
That's
parts.
gonna be good.
Casey, I'll wait for you.
No, I want you to wait for me for
watching that
Natalia
one
Grace
either.
as well.
We are Natalia Grace. I will watch that with you. Okay.
Thank you for.
I'll do that
considering
with
You
it.
have to reserve these gems for Casey.
No, I have to like really put my foot down and say, please save
Tell her
these
what
for
to
me.
do. Exactly.
Well, no.
Okay, but
ask,
side note,
I ask firmly. But
Here's the problem. I'm going to San Francisco for work. So can we do a download, watch them separately, but discuss? Please.
I'm not in this
You're on
marriage.
your own. You don't have to wait for me. I'm away all week.
It's like cheating.
Okay. But it's
It's TV cheating.
Traders, January 9th. Mom, will you participate in this season of Traders?
I don't know. Where's it?
Peacock.
No, I know that.
It's always in Scotland, Mom.
Oh, is it always in Scotland?
yes.
Oh, I didn't-
Right?
I've seen the seasons I've watched. It's always in the same.
Yeah,
All right.
Alan
That's
Cummings.
because
It's all
Val-
about
okay, okay.
castles. Yeah, you
Which
gotta
celebs
watch
are gonna
it.
be on this?
Karen loves the Traders.
Yes, she does.
Why don't you try the Traders?
It's
only on-
It's not that I did not like it when I did watch it, and I did watch a few. I don't know why it didn't grab me.
okay,
Just didn't-
All right,
but-
you're gonna try it, and
All
guess
right.
what's also airing?
What?
January 9th. The Pit.
The what?
The Pit on Max.
What's it about?
Remember The Pit, like with Noah Weil, like the ER. Remember?
Oh. That's gonna be on Max.
Yeah, I know you're dying to see that.
That's
Yeah.
not on regular. Oh, I thought.
No, Mom.
Wow, if it's on Max, then it
I
really
believe it's
must
on
be.
Good.
Yeah, I love.
Like it's not regular
I
cable.
love. Right.
Let me just confirm.
Well, it is kind of regular.
The Pit. Yeah, it's HBO.
Oh, is it HBO or Max?
Okay, this is the
I'm
fight
so
we have every week.
confused.
Here we go.
Let's say back in the day when there was no streaming, it would have been on HBO. But because of the merger, now it's all Max. It's on Max. It's not a TLC show on Max.
No, I
It's
understand
an
that.
HBO show on Max.
But the only way I get to see it is if I have Max. I can't see it on HBO, even
See,
though I'm paying a
I don't
crap
know
load
what
of
it's
money.
like having cable these days.
I know.
My guess is you could watch it on HBO.
Can we make some 2025 predictions?
Yes.
Who's going to break
I like
up in the
this.
new year?
well,
Who's going to break up?
oh, J-Lo and Ben broke up already?
Yeah,
Mom.
They're
but they
done.
could break up again.
Did you not see our holiday card?
I did.
The opening
Yes.
of 2024.
No one can see your holiday card because it's a QR code.
And by the way, they spoke a lot about that last night on Andy and Andy.
What?
About Ben and
About
yeah, it
our
was
holiday
like-
card?
Yeah, about your holiday card. But the hippo, Andy spoke a lot about the hippo, and Anderson Cooper is like, "What are you talking? Not a clue. Not or the girl that the Tui girl,
Haktua.
right?
I think-
Andy Cooper had not a clue what
know who
what
she
they
was?
were talking about.
Haktua?
I'm surprising Coop and Anderson that he didn't know who Haktua
Anderson-
Girl is.
Andy.
Considering that I know Andy, but like Anderson and they hang out all the time. I'm sure
but
it's come up in conversation.
I don't know. I think
the question is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce going to break up or are they going
They're
to
going to get married.
engaged?
They're going to either get engaged
and if
married
they
or
get
just
married,
engaged.
they're gonna this gonna break up. It's never gonna
Do you
last.
think Britney Spears will?
Dude, she's on fire
Who?
right now.
Who?
Britney
Britney.
Spears
Oh.
is now coming out with videos saying she's been reunited with her sons. She hasn't seen them in 2 or 3 years, and it's wild.
Do you think it's a comeback?
Lennon.
It's a comeback?
Come here. All right, Lennon's here, really quick. Just into the microphone. Tell us your top movies of like what was your order of the week's movies that we
Wicked,
saw?
Wicked.
Wait, no, in here.
Wicked #1, #2. Wait, which one was the last one we saw? I can't remember.
Was it Mufasa? Or
Sonic.
Moana
Oh yeah,
or
Sonic #2. #3 is Mufasa. #4 is Moana 2.
I don't believe Sonic's number
Quick
2. You
question.
couldn't remember the
Moana
name.
2 for a minute was above Wicked. now it's
now
dropped
it's
down to
at-
4.
Talk about traitors.
God. Jordan, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for
We're
having me.
done?
Happy New
We
Year.
didn't say goodbye, did we?
Well, we're saying goodbye right now. Where
Oh.
can people find you?
Miami. I'm going to Miami. That's where you can find me on the beach. But don't contact me.
Where are you staying?
I'm staying on South Beach.
He doesn't love-
SLS.
Oh, SLS. Okay.
Yeah.
People love you, Jordan. You were the star of our New Year's Eve. I cannot thank you enough. They want you to come back every year.
I'd be happy to, but I think everyone at this table of 4 carries a burden, and we are the entertainers. And let's do that in the new year. We have a role to fulfill, and we will do our job. Okay?
Will you come back?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! Wait, you
No, I
guys.
wanna talk about
We do have a role that we that is our job, but I every week I feel like at
job
least
gets
one
harder.
person at this table is ready to quit this podcast.
Wait, let's just wish
No, I'm not
Felicia.
Oh, yeah.
Felicia's surgery is in 2 days. Make it
Friday.
it's so soon. That's why we're recording a little early. Mom, we wish you the best of luck.
It's gonna be all over in no time.
You're right. Now have a great sleep because it's all about
Isn't
the
that
drugs.
the
It
best
is.
sleep
It's all about
And
ever?
about the Babygirl movie in the hospital bed.
I'm gonna set you up, Felicia.
Right.
Jordan, you kill me. Mom, we love you and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you. Thank
you.
you.
Happy,
Thank you.
healthy. Mwah, to all of you. Follow, like, love, share, please. And at Marni Jagger.
My Felicia, bye, Felicia.